I woke up on Thanksgiving to a silent house and an empty driveway. No turkey smell, no parade, just the heating system clicking like it was the only thing still working. By noon, I learned my family had flown to Maui without me, and a week later, they came home to a house that finally reflected what they'd actually paid for. I called for my parents and got nothing back. My siblings' rooms were empty. Then I grabbed my phone and froze. Mom, dad, my brothers, my sister, every contact deleted. That's when I remembered my youngest brother borrowing my phone the night before. Mine's dead. Can I check the score? Cute. He forgot one thing. Call history. I dialed Uncle Dean from memory. He answered too fast, too cheerful, and behind him I heard waves and a ukulele. Krista, he said, lowering his voice. Your parents wanted a surprise for their anniversary. They all flew to Maui last night. All of them? I asked. He tried to sound noble. They didn't want you to worry about the expense. In the background, my sister barked, why are you talking to her? I thought we were just leaving her home. I hung up. I looked at the fridge calendar where I'd written Thanksgiving at Uncle Dean's like a dutiful idiot. Next to it was my chore list. Gas up the SUV, clean the guest bathroom, pick up wine. It hit me in one clean click. They didn't forget me. They managed me. 6 years earlier, I'd moved back temporarily after Dad got demoted. The mortgage was $2,800 a month. I paid $2,000. Everybody called me responsible, while my older brother lived rent-free and my sister's private college bills got handled like magic. I kept the lights on, the water running, the internet humming, and still got treated like the extra piece. So I didn't cry. I didn't rage text. I went to my tiny office room and pulled out my binder receipts, statements, warranties, all organized. Every appliance I bought, every upgrade, every utility bill in my name, I paid for an emergency holiday mover. Tomorrow at 8, the foreman said. Bring a big truck, I told him. We're taking what I own. The next morning, I walked them through the house with the binder open. The big TV? Mine. The washer and dryer my sister demanded? Mine. The smart fridge and espresso machine everyone used for free? Mine. I wasn't wrecking anything. I was subtracting myself. Then I made 3 short calls and canceled power, water, and internet. Same reason on every call. I'm moving. That night, I slept on a blanket, left my keys on the counter, and drove to my studio. 6 days later, my Ring doorbell app pinged. They were back, sunburned, smug, dragging suitcases up the porch like nothing happened. They unlocked the door. They stepped inside. 3 seconds passed. Then my mom, why are the lights off? My dad, did you pay the bill? I'd been paying that bill for years. My brother, cracking. Dad, where's the TV? My sister from the kitchen, the fridge is gone. They poured back outside, pale, arguing over whose job my job had been. They called 911. Of course they did. Then my brother remembered the Ring footage. I watched his face drain as he replayed me calmly directing movers. She took everything, he whispered, like I was some criminal instead of the person who'd been financing them. My phone exploded with calls and texts. Answer, get back here. I made coffee and let it ring. An hour later, police showed up at my building with my whole family trailing behind them, loud and offended. When the officers knocked, I opened the door, stepped aside, and set my binder on the counter. Ma'am, they're claiming you stole their property, the younger officer said. He slid the bin or tow him. If it's mine, it's in there. He flipped pages. TV, invoice, fridge receipt, utility bills, my name, over and over. He closed it, looked at my family in the hallway, and said, this appears to be her property. You need to leave. They tried small claims court for emotional damages. I didn't argue. I dropped the binder on the judge's desk and let the paper speak. Case dismissed. My parents walked out without looking at me. Without my $2,000 a month, the house didn't last. It got foreclosed. They squeezed into a small rental and suddenly, responsible had a price tag. A few months later, my older brother messaged me on LinkedIn. Hey sis, can you be a reference? I laughed once and blocked him. That Thanksgiving morning, the silence felt like abandonment. Now the silence in my studio feels like peace I paid for myself. What would you have done? Keep funding them or finally pull the plug? Drop your take in the comments.